You're welcome to my channel, Mindset Academy, where we want to solve a particular problem involving projection of solids. And the question goes like this. It says, a frustum of a square pyramid of base side 32 millimeter, top side 16 millimeter, and height 40 millimeter is resting on one of its base corner such that the base is 45-degree inclined to the HP. Draw the projection. First of all, we need to draw our horizontal plane and vertical plane, that is HP and VP. So in doing that, I'll just draw my horizontal plane this way. You can see that. And I'll also draw my vertical plane this way. I'll draw my vertical plane this way. I see that. And I'll pick the center point where they meet using a distance of at least 10 millimeter. Right? It can be more, it can be less. Just measure your 10 and you place it on this point. Mark 10 up, 10 down, 10 to the left, and what? 10 to the right. You can see that? And you draw your line across those points. So in doing that, I have this. Also here also, I have this. And here also, I have this. And here also, I have this. You can see that? So what I have here, I'll start. It says it is a truncated square pyramid. In the previous video, I treated a pyramid, a square pyramid that is not truncated. In this video now, we're talking about a truncated square pyramid. If you look at the screen, you see a particular figure there that shows a good example of a truncated pyramid, right? Now, truncated pyramid means you are cutting off the apex or the vertex of that pyramid. So the remaining part is called what? The frustum of a square pyramid. And the frustum of a square pyramid is a truncated pyramid. Is that okay now? So we'll start from the plan. What you do is you take your instrument, right? And you can easily measure from here. So now we'll start. We told each of the sides of the base of the pyramid is 32, right? So what I just really want, I want the edges of my pyramid to touch my plane here. Yours can be different, doesn't really matter, right? So what I'll do is I'm going to measure a distance of 24, right? I'll measure a distance of 24 from this point to this point and from this point to this point. I will together and I'm going to draw my faint line in this manner and my faint line in this manner. You can do yours from any way, doesn't change anything. And this is where they are meeting, right? So what I'll do is if I draw my inclined line from here at 45-degree, right? I'll have this. Now when you measure this line, you discover that this line here is what? Is 32. So look at this. You can see that from here to here is what? 32. That is one side. So I'm going to thicken it at angle of 45-degree. This is it. I'll thicken it and I'll come here also. I'll thicken it. You can see that. I'll come here too. I'll thicken it. and I'll come here to, I'll take in it. You can see that. So you can start, you can do it any way you want to do it. But the reason I'm doing that, I just want my um the base of the pyramid to touch this line here, because that's what I'm working with. You can start your own in any way. So if you have to use this particular method, I just measure from here to be what, 24, as you can see earlier, right? So let's move forward. And this is the center here. From here to here 16, and we're told that the top side is what, 16 millimeter. So what I'll do is I'll just measure, um I'll measure 16, half of 16, which is 8, right? So I'll measure half of 16 from 0 to here, and that is 8. Is that taken? Before we use it, I'll just come here and draw a parallel line here. A little bit, just a parallel line. You can see that? And that is where I will take my 8 millimeter, place at the center, and I'll mark 8 to the side and also 8 to the side. You can see that? And I'll place it at this point. I'll mark 8 up and 8 down. Here also I'll mark 8 up and 8 down. So what it simply means is just this. If I just take my 45 degree steel, right, and place it on my T-square this way, every time I'm doing it on my T-square, and from this point I'll draw my line to touch here. From this point also I'll draw my line to touch here, and I'll move it. Don't forget it is on my what, my T-square, and I'll close it up, and here also I'll close it up. You can see that. So once I've done that, I'll draw my line this way, draw my line this way, and I'll close it up to this way. I'll close it up to this way. You can see that? That is the top view of what? Of the pyramid. Is that okay? And I am going to project the edges upward, right? Project the edges upward. So the base of this, I'm going to thicken it. And the height is given to be 40 millimeter, right? So the height is given to be 40 millimeter. Now measure the height, 40. From here, this is 40. Is that taken? So what I'll simply do is I am going to project this edge here upward, and this edge here upward. So on that 40 millimeter, I'll close it up, and I'll bring this from here to come touch here. Then from here to come touch here. You can see that? But the question, this is how it is naturally. But the question is not telling me that what? This is tilted at an angle of what? 45 degree to what? To the HP, the horizontal plane, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tilt it at an angle of what? 45 degree to the horizontal plane. Is that taken now? So like I said earlier, I'm going to draw a line 45 degree. Is that taken? And I'll measure what? 45 degree. Don't forget the same distance from here to here will be what I need. Is that taken? So if I should use my compass and I measure from here to here, you can see that. So that means whatever I'm doing, my distance, whatever I'm doing, so depending on what I am doing. So you can see where it's touching. This is where it is. That is my line at 45 degree. So I'll thicken it. So if this is A, right, and this is B, here will be what? A, and here will be what? B. Is that taken? And I'll get the center line. This is the center here, don't forget that. Since it is like this, it will be like this. So it is what? Perpendicular. So for me to get the center of that point, I can easily move from this point to this point here. You can see that? I mean, it's coming from here to here. That is the center line here. So I'll use my 45 degree steel. Since this is inclined 45 degree automatically, to get a perpendicular line, I need 45 degree too. So that's my faint line first. And the height is given to be what? From here to here, which is 40, right? And I'll place it from here to here. And I'm going to measure 40. This is 40 here. You can see that? On that point, I'll do another line at angle 45 degree. You can see that? And I'm going to place it here this way, from here to here, right? And I'll come here and I'll mark this point and what? This point. You can see that? In which I am going to what? I'm going to thicken from here to here. Then I'm going to now join the ending on this point to this point, and from this point to this point. Because you see it is resting at one of its edge. Is that taken? So I've tilted this, the same figure, but this is tilted at an angle of what? 45 degree. Now the next thing is, I'll start bringing those points down, right? I'll start bringing these points down from here. It's already there. And these two coming down. These two coming down. And I'll bring this one out too, this way. Right? I'll bring this one out too, this way. That again. So what I'll simply do is I'll start. So I'll do this point, right? Is here, which is this point. We also have all these 4 points here. We have all these 4 points here. And I'm going to join them down first of all with my faint line. I'll join them with my faint line first. Right? And we're moving forward. This one to my faint line. Sorry. Do what I need, not this from here to here. Let me clean that. From here to here, because this is where it's meeting. Where A, this point A meets A. This A here too. And this B. So where A, which is point A, meets A here. I'll join it. Then let me call it here is P. Right, this is P. Where P is coming here at this point. Meeting if it's A, if it is B, A, B, let me say C and D. So this point here, I'll join it to this point. This point too, I'll join it to this point. Right? Then I'll initially use my faint line. First of all, I have my reason. Faint line first. Here and here. You can see that. And to the next one, I'll just project this out. Then I'll bring this downward here. I'll bring this downward to here. I'll bring this downward to here. Right? So what you just have to do is just join this point on this line, all these 4 points where they meet. Where this line meets with the horizontal, the center line meets with the vertical. Right? I'll project this out first. This will come, right? And this will come. So we're having where this point you see here is the center point here. You can see that, and also the center point here. So where this center meets this here is the point. Then the other one here, then the other one here, and here. Talking about these 4 points here. So I'm going to join them out. Faint line first of all, or just taking in this to this, this to this, this to this, this to this, then this point to this point, this point to this point, this point to this point. Then the other ones are hidden line, right? If I'm to draw them, it will be what? Hidden line. Let me just use the hidden line there. If I'm to draw them, it will be what? Hidden line. Can you see that? So, and here also, if I want to do that, it will be hidden line too, because it's solid. So this point here will be hidden. Now, this is what we have. Now, if you're wondering, what did I really do here? The simple truth is, if this is A, this is A. Now, before I complete this, if you know you find this easier and have added value to your understanding, please don't forget to like this video, right? And don't forget to subscribe also. Now, if you look at this, let me explain this better for you now. If this is A, B, right? And this is point P here. Is that taken? I call it to be A, B, this will be C and D, right? Here should be E and what? And F. This point should be point G, H, I, and J, right? So at this point here will be I. Because if you trace it, this point I. At this point here will be point G. You can see that. Then here is the base here. If here is P, here will be what? P, E. Because of this point here, P, E at this point, right? And this point here will be H, J, H, comma, J. You can see that? So whatever I have here, I'm having it here. So this is G, this is H, comma, J, this is I, this is A, this is B, and this is P, comma, E, right? Now what it means is, where A meets A is here. Can you see that? That will be point A. The next one is where P is the point of P, where P meets P, this P. The same line of P and E, where E meets E, this is E, because this is the same P and E coming. So here can be E, here can be P, or here can be P, here can be depending on you. Then the next one is here now, where B, this is the line of B, meets B, this is B here. You can see that. Now from here, from the base, where H meets H, point of H is here, right? Where in this point, where G, this is point of G, meets G here, is here, right? Where I is meeting I is here, the line of I. Then from here, we call it what? J. This is what we have here. Is that taken? This is a better understanding where those points meet. You can label it any way you want to label it. Just recall that whatever you do here, because this is the replica of this. This is the same figure that is being tilted at an angle of what? The angle between here and here, the HP plane. The angle between here to here is what? 45 degree. So if you have actually found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and also share the video. Thanks for watching.